So after seeing the first Incredibles movie, I was waiting quite some time to see the second one, but after waiting about 14 years, kind of glad I got to see it now compared to later. Incredibles 2. So Incredibles 2 brings back the original cast, almost, of the first Incredibles movie, and it literally takes place right after the first Incredibles movie, where they are stopping the Underminer in this case, and then they're claimed heroes, while somebody named Screenslaver is going around terrorizing the city. And so it is up to the Supers, or ultimately Elastigirl, to take care of that threat, while Mr. Incredible stays at home with the kids. Now, I really like this movie, in all honesty. I thought it was a really good concept of changing the parental roles around, from having it be all about the mom staying at home to having it be about the dad staying at home, versus the other way around. So one of the big things that I want to talk about in this movie, aside from the plot, I guess you could say, is it was very well done. The animation was definitely much different in this movie compared to the first movie, and a lot of people who have seen the first movie would definitely get that. And with that said, it shows how much technology has changed throughout time, and just how much the world itself has changed within the frame of 14 years. I really did enjoy the animation. It seemed very, not realistic, but very perfectionist. Now, I know that doesn't make sense, but you could see the strands of hair on the head. You can see pretty much more of every little detail than you could in the first movie, and that's what I really liked about the animation. Now, going back to kind of into the movie itself, I really enjoyed the comedy of this movie. There was a lot of it, and knowing about the first movie and then going to see this movie, you remember a lot of the stuff that happened in the first movie that they reference and tie back to in this movie, which I thought was amazing. I did really like how they brought Frozone in a lot more in this movie than they did in the first movie, and I really enjoyed that hero/character from the first movie. I wish that they had more of it in the first movie, but fortunately they had more of it in the second movie, so I was very happy about that. Let's talk about Screenslaver for a second. This villain was very weak, and you'll hear it from me, you'll hear it from a bunch of other critics and stuff, that while the movie was very good, the villain was very lacking. And I don't mean lacking as in it gave him a challenge. I meant lacking as in it was the exact same villain that you would see in every movie. It was kind of a repeat of the first villain, sort of. This villain just wanted to get rid of the Supers and keep them rid, versus making everybody super. So it was kind of a counter opposite, but at the same time it all was still one thing. And that was something that I could have went without. This villain, again, was just very weak, and you could kind of expect it from quite a ways away. I had a couple of theories going around before the movie. I'm not going to go into them because I don't want to go into spoilers, but one of my theories was correct, and so it wasn't something that I was not ready for, per se. So that's pretty much Screenslaver in a nutshell. Now, I will say that seeing Elastigirl kind of be more of the center of focus in this movie, I guess you could say, not necessarily the center, but more of the action-y parts, it was very nice to see, given the fact that we got to see a lot of what Mr. Incredible could do in the first movie, and then being able to see what she can actually do in her full potential in this movie was definitely a very nice twist. The scenes with Edna Mode were hilarious. It was amazing. It was probably the funniest part of the entire movie, hands down. But overall, this was definitely a fun movie, definitely a great time. I really like this movie. I'm going to give The Incredibles 2 an A-. Guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. I know I've been kind of late with some of my reviews. I do apologize for that, but thank you for bearing with me. Like I said, don't forget to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. And once again, this is Pop Culture Critics, signing off.